Hi Ralphie. Hi guys, welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. And for the first time on my channel, I'm live. Like it's just crazy that I've been live on like 6 or 7 different channels, but I'm not even sure where I'm supposed to look. Like, is it supposed to be on the camera, on the screen, but whatever. Today I'm going to be talking about my best Premier League 11, and I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be taking all your questions. So any kind of question you have, just send it through. And whoever is watching, can you now? You need to confirm if you can hear me clearly. Hey Liam, can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me before I go on. Can hear clearly. Thanks, Ralphie. So as I've said, this is the first time I'm live on my channel, and I'm going to be talking about my best 11. Shout out to Ralphie. Go out and check out his channel. It's on screen right now. HK Football Ralphie. Ralphie, you can check it in the live chat, and he does good stuff. And Liam, thanks for all your support. I really appreciate it. And yeah, this is crazy. I've never been live, man, on my own channel, but I'm sure, like, if you want to succeed on this YouTube thing, like, you have to go live once in a while. So I'm going to be talking about my best 11. I have everything written down over here. And of course, there have been so many. Just before I get into that, the Bundesliga is back today. Like, football is back today. Like, seriously, like it's like in like 1 hour and 30 minutes. So I don't know how many of you will be watching the games, but I'm actually going to keep this at around 20 minutes so we can all have time to go enjoy football. And Dortmund is playing against Schalke. I think Augsburg is playing against Wolfsburg. Let me know in the live chat or in the comment section which Bundesliga team you're supporting. And yeah, I'll be watching. Great, Ralph. Which team are you supporting in the Bundesliga? And yeah, let me just get into my best Premier League 11. And of course, I've done some other videos talking about my top 10 best players. I've done videos talking about my top 10 Arsenal players, but I've never really quite talked about my best 11. And by the way, I'm either watching Dusseldorf versus Paderborn or Dortmund Schalke. Great, Liam. Leave a like on this video if you're enjoying it, and I really appreciate it. Cookie, I'm supporting Dortmund. We got some lads from them like Oba, yeah, and Mkhitaryan, even though I didn't get him straight from there. Thanks for watching, Cookie. And my best Premier League 11, I'm going to mention a few players, mostly from Man U, of course, because they've had a lot of legends in the past, unfortunately for us. And I'm going to start with the goalkeeper. You guys can comment in the live chat which players or which is your favorite goalkeeper, who's your favorite goalkeeper of all time. And I'm going to start with, of course, I'm going to mention Seaman from Arsenal. And he was a very good goalkeeper. I remember there's a save he made against Sheffield United, and it was really great, like one of the best saves I've ever seen. But unfortunately, I think Peter Schmeichel had like more. He's more of a legend than him. Like the time he served Man U, even though Man U fans actually hated him for leaving for Manchester City, it's crazy. But he was a really good goalkeeper. Like the leadership. I also did a video the other day talking about Leno, and I mentioned that he's supposed to be a leader, and that is one thing he definitely needs to be, because Schmeichel was a fantastic leader. Like, you know, when a defender makes a mistake or something like that and the goalkeeper is all over him, Schmeichel was that kind of goalkeeper. So Schmeichel is my goalkeeper in my best 11. And then, so I'm going to go for 4-3-3 or 4-4-2, depending. I'm actually, I haven't written the exact players, so I'm just going to take them from my mind or straight from the brain. And I'm gonna go with the defenders first of all. My best ever Premier League captain, John Terry. I just think, like, for a defender, he was really quite good. I don't know if you guys agree. Let me check the comments over here. Seaman or Layman? Liam talks. Layman. Oh, Layman. No, Seaman. Layman, there's a time when we moved to the Emirates Stadium, there's a time Layman made like 3 mistakes in the first opening 3 games. And it's not like those usual mistakes. It was some crazy mistakes. So he definitely doesn't make my top my best 11 safe hands, but he ends was so good. Hi Lewis, thanks for being here, thanks for all your support. And yeah, Liam has basically guessed my second player, but just before getting to that, John Terry. I remember Rooney getting interviewed, and he was talking about which defenders he feared facing, or which defenders gave him the hardest time, and he said it has to be Terry, because the way he used to put his body on the line, like he was a Nokia. Like, okay, he didn't have the speed, he didn't have the pace, but he was quite good at defending and stuff. So, and captaining a team, Terry was one of the captains. If I was to choose or to pick who my captain would be for my best 11, it definitely would be Terry, because he was a leader, certified leader. Sorry. Then the next one, Liam has guessed it. It has to be Tony Adams. As I said, if you've watched my videos before, he's the only player ever to have won the Premier League or won the title 3 different decades. Like, he won it in the 80s, in the 90s, and in the 2000s as captain, not just as a random player, but as captain. So that proves to me, like, there's no one who's gonna ever achieve that, because if Giggs was Manu's captain, like in the 90s and 2000s, he would have probably achieved that, but unfortunately he wasn't captain. So Tony Adams has that record for his own. And my left back has to be, I'm gonna go with I had Ashley Cole written, I had Dennis Irwin of Manchester United written, but I'm gonna go for Ashley Cole, because, like, attacking and defending, he was a pure defender, a pure attacker. Like, you couldn't stop him. There's a time Arsenal on the left wing, I was unstoppable. Ashley Cole, Perez, and Hondrios playing from that side. So they are really quite good playing from that side, and probably the best ever one side, like in the Premier League history, like playing from the right back, right wing striker, like on one side. Those guys are very good. And Ashley Cole, like, he has won 7 FA Cups in his time at Chelsea and at Arsenal, so he definitely deserves that position. And for my right back, I really don't know who I'm gonna put at right back. Let me know in the chat who you're gonna put as your right back for the best ever 11. Let me just read the comments. Cookie says Lehman is a shout, but Schmeichel probably tops it. Sadly, of course, unfortunately, I hate to have to include so many Man U players on this list. Liam, yeah, probably, yeah. RK Sweetie, how you doing? Greetings from Dallas, Texas. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Lewis, gonna have to go now, Glenn. It's okay, no problem. I hope you'll be watching the Bundesliga. Ralphie, agree. Gary Neville, Liam, Cookie says Neville. For me, there's a time, okay, Neville was quite good in the first years, but the last like 5 years, he was quite slow for me. He had so many mistakes. And of course, I'm also trying not to include too many Man U players on this list. But I think if you think about it, for me, in the next 5 to 10 years, if Alexander-Arnold stays in the Premier League, he's gonna be in the top. He's gonna be one of the best right backs in the Premier League ever. Bellerin had some potential, but unfortunately, injuries and stuff like that has removed him from that category. But I think I have to go for Gary Neville, yeah, because like the amount of time he served Man U, being since 1992, like all those years, captained them since when Roy Keane left, he captained them. So it was quite a hard task to replace Roy Keane as captain. And Cookie says Neville. HK says Lee Dixon or Branislav Ivanovic. Actually, Ivanovic is a good mention, because he was a really good goal scorer, and going forward he was quite good, and defense, and plus he could play as a right back and as a center back. I've seen Lee Dixon, but Lee Dixon, I'm not quite sure he was a good going forward. So I'm trying to have people who used to defend and go forward quite well. And Lee Dixon also played like before the Premier League started, like the 80s and 90s. So I don't really think I'll include him on that list, but maybe in the top 3 right backs, I'll have him there. So my back 4 is going to be Gary Neville, John Terry, Adams, and Ashley Cole. So a bit fair there. I'm going to have a Chelsea player, an Arsenal player, Man U player, and a half Chelsea player, half Arsenal player, and Schmeichel as my goalkeeper. So I'm going to go for a 4-4-2, and in midfield, I'm going to go for either Roy Keane or Vieira again. But for me, Roy Keane, I actually didn't think he was a very good footballer, but he was a really good leader. That's one thing that that made him stand out from everyone else. Like he would fight against referees, would fight against opponents, would fight against his own players. I remember Vieira's interview talking about having to face Roy Keane. He was talking about when he was every time the game against Manu was coming up, like even after 2 weeks, he used to forget about all the other games before that and he used to focus on Roy Keane. How am I going to defeat Roy Keane? How am I going to defeat Ferguson? So that shows you how good of an opponent he was, how worth it he was as an opponent. And so it has to be between Roy Keane and Vieira, but I'm going to go with Roy Keane again, another Manu player. As I've said, very good leader. This is probably the only person who can rival John Terry as captain on this list. And yeah, I'm just going to put him because of his leadership qualities. I don't think anyone else can, apart from Terry, can match him in that aspect. So I'm going to go for Roy Keane. Sorry. Hi Abdullah says I really want for Arsenal to sign Everton Suarez. Yeah, I really hope so too. I'm just gonna take like any player we can get right now because I feel like the likes of Ozil, Mustafi, even though I know Ralphie has been saying Mustafi should stay, but for me I don't really think so. I don't think he can improve past that. So Socrates, Mustafi, Kolasinac, all those players, I don't think they're good enough to take us to the next level. So I think we basically need a lot of new players. Even Shaka, even sometimes Torreira, I think he should be like on the bench and stuff. Ralphie says Frank Lampard is a good shout, of course, or Eric Cantona. Cookie says Lampard, Gerrard, Vieira, and Keane are the big midfielders. Lampard and Gerrard easily. I don't know, Liam. Was Gerrard a good defensive midfielder? I think we have to have like a defensive midfielder, solid one there. And since I'm playing a 4-4-2, I need two wingers and two strikers, so I'm going to have to play two midfielders. And that has to be Roy Keane and, of course, Frank Lampard. For me, I don't think there's ever going to be a midfielder like Lampard in terms of goals and the way he got forward. Ramsey was about to get to that level, but his injuries affected him. Lampard 170 plus Premier League goals from midfield. I think if Yaya Toure stayed in the Premier League for like another 5-6 years, he would have probably matched that. But Lampard was very, very good as a player. And also when Terry was out with injuries and stuff, he used to assist him with the captaincy and stuff. So he definitely has to be on that list. Lampard, for me, partners are Roy Keane, and then they're going to complement each other well. Roy Keane is going to defend and Lampard is going to attack. And on my left wing, I'm going to have a player who didn't really stay in England for a long time but has to be on this list, and that is Cristiano Ronaldo. One thing I always remember about Cristiano Ronaldo is Man U won the title in 2007, 2008 and 2009, and then he left for Madrid, and Man U didn't even win the Premier League that season he left. I'm sure if he stayed at Man U for that one season, because Chelsea won that title, I think, by 1 point or something, I think Ronaldo would have made them win that title by himself. And I think it was the 2007 season. Man U fans will know better than me. I think it was the 2007 season when he scored 40 plus goals in the entire season for Man U. So that is crazy for me. So he has to be on that list. And then on the right, I don't know who to have on the right. Let me know in the chat who you're gonna have on the right as I read the comments. Ralphie says Kevin De Bruyne. Thanks for being here, Ralphie. Kevin De Bruyne, good player. Liam, that's okay, mate. Take good care of yourself. Nah, not CR7 because no long in England. Yeah, he wasn't in England for long, but the few years he was there, he had a definite impact. Like there's every time we used to face Manu, it was scary because having Rooney, Tevez, and Ronaldo on that lineup, they used to counter-attack us very. I don't even know how to describe it, but they used to be quite good, especially in the Champions League when you faced them. I think it was in 2009 or something. He totally destroyed us in that quarterfinal, I think so, or semi-final. I think it was semi-final. So he has to be on that list for me. And make sure you leave a like on the video. I'll really appreciate it. And this is my first time on a live stream on my channel, so you have to start to be great. So you can't like just avoid going live, but this is my first time, and of course I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. I've been on podcasts and stuff, but never hosting a show. I think I'm not a good host or something like that, but yeah, I just like enjoy doing videos about Arsenal, about football. And speaking of football, the Bundesliga is back today, like in around 1 hour. So if you didn't remember that, make sure you go watch that. Football after 2 months, like I've missed football totally. Let me see if there's someone who's on the right. I think you could mention Beckham, but for me, I never include Beckham in my top 10 and stuff. You could mention Paul Scholes, but Paul Scholes wasn't really a right winger. You could mention Perez, but he used to play on the left. And there's so many players you could mention, but I think I'll have to switch up the players or formation or stuff like that. But I'm gonna have to put Wayne Rooney on that flank. I know he's a striker. I know he's supposed to play like in midfield as a striker, but I'm going to put him on the right wing because Rooney was so energetic. Like he could play every single position. He could give 100% every single time. And Rooney was just a force. Like I remember Ferguson being interviewed about him, and he was told, "Can you tell Rooney to tone down his fight and everything?" So, and Ferguson replied by saying, if you tell someone like Rooney to remain disciplined and everything you're going to ruin him because Rooney was a fighter. So if you tell him to calm down, you'd ruin everything that he's trying to give on the pitch. So Rooney is gonna make my top my first best 11, and that is also because I have so many strikers that I have to include on this list, and I couldn't leave some of them out. Just before I get into that, RK Sweetie, good to see you live. Thank you for being here. Ralphie, are you watching the Bundesliga later, bro? Yeah, I'm gonna be watching probably Augsburg and Wolfsburg. I don't know what time Dortmund and Schalke is. Abdullah says impressive wingers and a good number 10. Yeah, of course. And for me, I don't even mind Willian at Arsenal because I think as a winger, it's quite good. He's quite pacey. He has good crosses. Sometimes even scores goals. We have Ozil who never scores goals. So any right winger, any midfielder we can get, any number 10 we can get, I can really be happy. Sam G says, hi Glenn. Hi Sam, and thanks for supporting this channel every day. I really appreciate it. I think Sam G has a Instagram account. Just go follow him. He can drop you a link or you can drop your name on the chat. Rafi says Mark Overmars on the right, maybe. Mark Overmars, I think he was a bit too left-footed for me, so I don't think he can play on that wing, but he's a good mention. Even people like the late Reyes, he was a legend. He used to play well, but didn't serve for quite a while. You can even play De Bruyne there. De Bruyne is a good player. De Bruyne is a very good player, but let me get into the front two now. Of course, as I say, there's so many players you can include in that front two. You can have people like Andy Cole. You can have people like Alan Shearer, who I didn't even include on this list. Crazy. So many players. Let me know who your strikers would be, your two strikers. Overmars plays on the left. Yes, G. My Arsenal fan account is Arsenal Insights. Go follow him on. I think I actually follow his account. And just I have so much going on in my mind right now. Arsenal Vlog says, hi guys, go check out Arsenal Vlogs channel. Like look, actually inspires me to go live because like it goes live so many times, and yesterday I actually did a 6-hour NHS stream, and it was quite good. It's crazy going live for 6 hours. I don't even think I can go like by myself for 1 hour. That would be crazy. And by the way, you can drop in your questions. I'll answer them after I talk about this best 11. Any kind of question, whether it's YouTube related or football related. Cookie says you had a lot of phenomenal forwards in the Premier League. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I'm doing watch along in 1 hour. Which game, Luca? Sam G mostly on left, didn't play on the right much at all. Yeah, so tired from 6-hour stream. Yeah, Cookie, Henry and Rooney. Probably. Ralphie, I'll watch it later. Got 69 likes I did. Yeah, I'm 20 away from you. Go subscribe to Arsenal Vlogs. Like we've been supporting each other like since 200 subscribers, and that was like in February, so we've grown a lot recently, and I really appreciate it. Calvin says, what's up, bro? Henry and Shearer for strikers, in my opinion. Hi Calvin, how have you been? I haven't seen you for quite a while. I hope you've been well. These times are crazy, man. I haven't gone shopping like at the mall or something or the store for like since February. So I actually do love chocolate donuts a lot, and I've missed them. I've missed like I haven't taken pizza for a while because I don't order a lot of stuff from outside because of what's going on. So like I'm really missing all that. Um, Ralphie says I'm nearly at 150 subs. Subscribe to his channel too. Ralphie does a show. He has another channel with Jules called Arsenal from HK. So they really have a good channel. Go subscribe to them too. And my front two, the first one has to be Thierry Henry because he's the person who made me support Arsenal. I remember like it was around 2006. I think I was like 8 years old or something. And I remember watching Arsenal against Watford, and Henry scored I think twice, and I just fell in love with him. Before that, I'd watched Arsenal like around 2005, 2004 after their invincible season. I was too young to watch the invincible season, and I totally like loved the way Arsenal played, but I didn't really quite pick my team until like 2005, the final season at Highbury, and Henry was one of the reasons. And he was just a good, like great player. Like if you ask most of the players or fellow players or opponents who the best player was, they definitely say Henry. And that is crazy. Like having players like Ronaldinho and Messi saying Henry is the best player they've ever played with. That is crazy because those are people who've played with Xavi, Iniesta, Eto'o. So Henry is a good shout. Alan Shearer is a good shout, but I don't think I'm going to include him in my top, in my best 11 because I know he served for a long while and is the Premier League all-time top scorer for Newcastle and for Blackburn. But I just think like for this player that I'm going to mention, like he came to England from a rival, from a different country. Alan Shearer is English born and he had played in England before, so and that has to be Sergio Aguero. Like since he stepped in England in 2011, he consistently keeps scoring 20 plus goals, 20 plus goals, and he never actually plays 38 games. Like he gets injured for even 10 games and he comes back and he just keeps scoring and scoring. Right now he has the record for the most hat tricks, I think, with Robbie Fowler or someone. He also has the he has scored 5 goals in a game. So all those records, like Aguero has to be on that list. And so my front two, Aguero and Henry. And in midfield, I mentioned Rooney, Lampard, who else? Roy Keane and Cristiano Ronaldo. And at the back, John Terry, Adams, Ashley Cole, and Gary Neville. I was pushed to mention Gary Neville. I don't really think Gary Neville stood out for me too much. And Schmeichel as the goalkeeper. Let me know if you agree that best 11. Which players have I missed out? I know Gerrard could have been there. I know Yaya Toure, Vieira, maybe even Vidic and Ferdinand, Shearer, and all those players. Let me read the comments. Arsenal Vlog says, can we get to 1,200 tonight? Yeah, subscribe to him. Ralphie says Hong Kong school start on 25th. 25th of this month, yeah, I think 25th. We're going to school because it's crazy. I don't think most of the countries have resumed school. Over here, people are just learning online. You have to add Alan Shearer on that list. I think Aguero's coming from a rival, from a different country and stuff, and adapting so quickly. And the way he made Man City win their first title, it was crazy. I think Oba is better than Aguero. Well, you mentioned that there's a player you mentioned that Ronaldo. You said Ronaldo didn't stay in England for long, and I don't think Aubameyang has stayed in England for long, 2-3 years. And Aguero, as I've said, has continued serving Man City every single season. He made them win the title by himself. So, yeah, you can drop in your question. I'll answer a few questions. I was trying to keep this to about 25 to 30 minutes. Any questions you have, and I'll answer as I end this. And yeah, as you wait for the questions, thanks for all your support, guys. Like it's crazy. I take a lot of time to edit my videos. That's why some people prefer doing live streams and stuff, because it really does take time to edit my videos. Like I have all my videos planned out, like, but picking up the phone, whatever you're recording with, and recording and editing every single day, it takes a long time. Like sometimes I even sleep at 6 a.m. in the morning just editing, but I have to put out the video. I have to put the videos out. Like if you are serious with this YouTube thing, you have to stay consistent and put all the videos you want to put out. So that's the only way you can grow. Ralphie asks, how is COVID in Kenya, mate? Of course, we are like I think Africa in general, like we picked up the disease later on or the virus later on. Like we just used to watch it on TV and stuff. And I think even around March we didn't have that over here. But as soon as the one person, two people had it, and then you hear 10 and then 20. And then we don't have a total lockdown over here. We have a curfew though, so no one is allowed outside the house after 7. That's because people really like going for parties and stuff. So that actually helps with that. So it's okay, I guess. Like I can see people walking outside on the road. Life has okay, not normal, but quite normal a bit because people are still walking. The only difference is that people are walking with masks and stuff, so it isn't the normal life. So I think it's okay. We are locked down in the city, so you're not allowed to leave the city or travel outside Kenya. Outside the city, outside Nairobi, where I am right now. So I guess it's okay. I hope you just get over it and sooner than later. How do you use to edit your videos? I use Power Director, but as soon as I like upgrade soon, like probably this month, I want to start using like Adobe Premiere or Final Cut Pro. Like I've already like learned a few things, but I use Power Director. I'm more comfortable with it. And for my thumbnails, I use Pixel Lab. Okay, sweetie, how is everyone in Kenya? USA is crazy with this COVID-19. Yeah, USA. At first, I wasn't really quite surprised because so many people travel to US from all over the world. So if people are allowed to travel up and down, you'd probably expect like unfortunately USA to have the most cases because so many people travel to there. Kenya is okay, not quite as bad as USA or England or China, stuff like that. So I really just hope everyone is safe over there. For me, at least, everyone I know, everyone of my friends and family are safe right now, so that is a good thing. But I'm praying for everyone. The only person that I know, like, who succumbed to this was a rapper. He's called Fred the Godson. I don't know if you guys know him, and yeah, it's quite unfortunate that after this you're gonna have like lost a lot of lives, and it's gonna take time for people to like adapt to the real life again. And yeah, let's just hope we get through this sooner than later. As I've said, I wanted to keep this under 30 minutes, and I really appreciate it. I'll start using StreamYard very soon, and I'll start getting guests on the shows. Probably Ralphie will be on one of them with Jules. I even have troops lined up. He's supposed to come on one of my lives, so watch out for that. I have so many guests in mind who can come on the show, so I really can't wait to like have StreamYard and stuff and start like operating and doing the live streams every single time. Miss Melina says, "Come on, Glenn." Thanks, Melina. Melina actually has a channel she just opened, and she does a lot of beauty and fashion and even football stuff, Arsenal stuff. And for me, I actually watch a lot of YouTube. I actually do watch beauty channels and fashion and vlog channels. Not because I want to know about beauty and makeup stuff. No, just because there's a lot you can learn. So if you want to do this YouTube thing, just know there's a lot you can learn from different channels, and I don't have to like have the same niche and stuff. The niche is the same topic, so you can learn a lot from those different channels. Smash them likes up. Thanks, Melina. Great 6 hour stream. Yeah, Luca did the 6 hour stream yesterday. So yeah, everyone who's been on here: Liam, RK Sweetie, Ralphie, Melina, Cookie, uh Arsenal Vlogs, Calvin. Am I forgetting anyone? Sam, Abdullah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm forgetting anyone. I really appreciate you being here. Like I'm doing this live stream from the phone directly, first ever time. It's just started raining a lot, so I probably have to end this soon. And yeah, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll have my other videos linked up on the YouTube card, and I'll have some on the description. So yeah, check them out. I think video on Sunday. I really appreciate it. And final question: is Arsenal big in Kenya? I think yeah, but the most supported team is Man U, obviously. Again, so yeah, Arsenal is the second team. Of course, if you go outside there, if you get 10 people, you'll probably find 5 Man U fans and 3 Arsenal fans out of the 10. Cookie says Sancho on the bench. Done. Oh, is Sancho Dortmund? I think like it takes time for these players to like regain their fitness. They've been out for so long. Yeah, let me end this. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. More live streams coming soon. God bless you, people. Keep taking good care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.